Hey everybody, welcome back to J or Budgets and to week 5 of July's cash stuffing. I hope you've had a great week and I had a great week. My last video I filmed on the Friday, so before the weekend, and I was in Manchester and I had such a nice time. It was really cool. We went to the Coronation Street tour, and now I watched the Coronation Street like maybe like 20 years ago. But it was really fun. It was cool to see the sets. If I remember, which I probably won't, but if I remember, I'll try to throw in a picture of or two from the set of Coronation Street. But let's get cracking on into cash stuffing, and this is what I am stuffing this week. So I have 5 in coin, so 10, 15, 65. So 265. So it's a little bit less than I usually have. But yeah, so and I did take some money out of the binders as well, which I'll explain along the way for what I spent in Manchester. And you'll have seen my Happy Mail video that I uploaded during the week. So I will pop it up here somewhere in the corner. What I got. So I popped some of the envelopes into my binder, and I also popped in some of the challenges. So, and I've kept the trackers that I initially had. So technology this week is going to get a fiver, and this is the one I'm doing, the Money Eggs Challenge from Cash But Cute. You probably can't even see the shine on it. So each of these is going to be 20 quid and it's going to save 720. So this week is getting 5, so it's not enough to color in a new egg. So what I'm going to do is, in the meantime, I'll pop the money above this tracker, and the actual challenge can stay there. So once I have 20, I'll color in another egg and then I'll pop it behind the tracker. Eating out then is going to get 10 this week, and that is enough money to color in a tracker. So one of these. So what I'm going to do is let's go and color in some more jam. So saving is my jam. And this is going to save €200 in total. It already has a tenner, and this was a cash but cute challenge. So what I did with this, I took money out of this to cover what I spent in Manchester. So that's so it has €110 now. So that can go back, and this can go here. And I'm loving these challenges. Ugh, I may get rid of these trackers. I don't know. I'm going to see how it goes for now. Pet Fund is one I'm doing for the cats. So I'm going to put in a fiver this week, and each icon is a fiver. So I can pop that to the back straight away. This now has 115, so I can color in another dog. So that is going to have 115 in the Pet Fund. And I love how you probably can't even see. I'm trying to, like, if you can see that the shiny, shiny. I think I said this the last time. Like a magpie, I see something shiny. I'm like, oh, shiny. Health. So I did take money out of health as well, during the week. So I got my booster for the travel vaccine, and so what I'm going to do for the health is the build a juicy buffer. So I have allocated each segment as €2.50. So I'm going to put in 5 this week. So let's pop that back here. So that's going to be 115, so I can color in 2 more segments. So I'm going to color in some of the orange segments. So I have all of the lemons done, some of the limes, but I'm going to start and do some orange segment. And color 2 of those in for that. So now we have all of the lemons done, some of the limes, and we've started on an orange, and it's the build a juicy buffer, but I am using it for the health challenge. So that is going to go in. And these envelopes are the mushroom envelopes from Budget with Ira, but I did buy them on Vinted. And I know the person said that they're like not the best quality. They're not like Ira's best work, which I would agree with, because I did have to repunch some of them because they weren't punched properly. I think that the alignment was slightly off. But yeah, they're still working perfectly, so that is all that matters. So that was health. Retirement is a new one that I got, so I am going to actually start this. So it's the retirement fund. Each icon is going to be a fiver, so I actually do have like a private pension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save, which is a direct debit. It comes out every month, so I'm going to save up some of this. I'm gonna put in a fiver for each icon, and once I like complete it, I will put that in like as I think it's called like an AVC or like an additional voluntary contribution. And once that is done, I will add that to the pension pot, and then it's really kind of cool because you can claim tax back on it as well. So it's like a handy way to save for the future. So retirement fund is being started off this week with a fiver. And once that is done, like I said, or once there's like enough in it, I'll add it as an AVC or I'll put it in the bank. And then once it's like up to completely finished for the tracker, I will add it to the challenge. So my house then, I'm using this one, the jelly beans. So each jelly bean is going to be 100. So once this is done in total, it'll be 6,500. But I'm going to continue the tracker because I want to see how much I have. So the usual 25 is going to go in here. And that brings it, actually, I should leave it at the front, shouldn't I? So yeah, it's going to get 25, which is going to be 3475. So let's, and I need to have 75 at the front because next week I will be able to color in another one of those beans. So that is the my house fund. I feel like I'm all over the place, but you get what I'm trying to do. And then, okay, haircut onto the old reliables of the envelopes. Haircut is going to get 5, so 55, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 55. That's haircut. Home is going to get skipped, as is clothing. Subscriptions is going to get a fiver. Now I cleaned off this, but and maybe it was a mistake to use the orange, but you'll see like it didn't come off properly. It was colored in orange, so it didn't come off properly. So I'm just gonna use this light blue and color off one of those. So that's gonna get a fiver for subscriptions this week, which has just gone in. And subscriptions has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. And that is subscriptions done for this week. And then books, which is this one here. So this is to save up for some new Kindle books if I want anything. So I'm going to put in 5 this week and let's go and color in a new book. That has 15 € in the book fund. So then onto my savings challenge binder. So I am giving myself 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I did that wrong. 50 quid for spending, and I am going with my rock, paper, scissors, dice. So let's roll the dice and see where we are going. So we have rock, so that's a fiver. So let's take out this and let's roll again. So it's a fiver going to go in, and that is rock again. So another fiver. Okay, let's roll one more time. So that's a tenner. Eh, oh, didn't roll. It's determined to be rocks, 3 rocks in a row. So I'm not going to roll anymore. It's actually going to be nice to have a little bit of moolah this week, and I'm trying to find my little thingamajiggy. Ugh, it's over here. You can tell I'm unprepared, but I have nothing left over from last week because I spent it all. So I have 35 € in spending money this week, which is actually no harm because if I do get stung on the travel tarot again, I will have that little bit extra. So this one has 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80 € in the rock, paper, scissors, and it's actually like nearly done again. So there's another one in here which I will do, and then we'll see what we do next for the. Uh, oh no, I think I broke it. Fudge stickles. Oh, I fixed it. That was amazing. I fixed it. I think. Okay, I'm just going to be very gentle with that. Travel tarot then is my travel challenge. So I give myself 20 € a week for travel, and then I am Picking one of these cards. These are the tarot cards. They're foiled. So what I do is whatever the number on the card is, that is how much I take out of my travel money and put into this challenge here. So this week I am 14 X1V, so 14 going into travel tarot. So which is a lot, but it's actually not the worst. I'm in the office 2 days next week, so it's not too bad. And I do have that like, little bit of extra spending money if I need to. I'm actually going to leave that out because I'll need it shortly. So 14 going to go into the travel tarot challenge, and that has what have I got? Can't wait to condense this shortly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, and 50. 135 now in that one. And then this can go at the front here. So that is that one done. And then 10 of Tuesday, 20 Thursday, 5 of Friday are all shorts, so I won't be touching them this week. And then we are on to the Lemon Loot scratch off, which again, I don't really have a plan for this at the moment, so we'll see where it goes. So let's just scratch this one here. And it is a tenner, so that can go back in there. So 10 euro going to go into scratch off. Scratch off now has 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 5. 155 in my scratch off challenge. And that is the one I'm working on, Lemon Loot at the moment. And then blocks is like a budget with Ira challenge. It's essentially Tetris. So each one is a fiver. So I'm going to put in 10 this week. So let's put in 10 and do 2 blocks. So on this one, we now have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. And let's do 2 blocks. So I'm going to do this one and 2. There we go. So that is 2 more of those done. And then last in this binder, we have the jelly bean jar. It's probably my favorite challenge that I've ever made myself. It's nowhere near God unique at all. Definitely seen these everywhere else, but I really like it. So let's go give a couple of rolls and see what we're going. So we have a blue, which is 10, and a green, which is 15, so 25. So I've got 10, 25. So let's go and do blue. I'm really trying not to have any of these touching. And a green, like any of the same color touching, I should say. So let's go green here. And that's the jelly bean jar getting 25 euro this week. So let's see what we have in here. This is one that just, I feel like, and I say this every week, it builds up. So 50 in the bank already, 20, 40, 60, 81. So 150, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. 200 euro. Wow. 200 quid in jelly bean jar. And like you'll see, it's not even half done. Probably what, a third of the way maybe with 200 quid. So potentially going by that, 600 quid is what that would save in total in the end. So there we go on that one. And what have I left? I haven't really budgeted this out properly. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 65, 75. Okay, so let's go to Christmas and let's see what we can do in Christmas. I'm going to roll, I think it's this dice here to see my 12-sided dice. Let's roll 7. So 7 shall be this one here. And 7 is a holly, and each of these are worth a fiver. So let's pop in one of those, and then let's go in the berries for holly, and then the Actual leaves. So yeah, it was really weird. So like usually if I like my videos, like not many people watch my videos. Like I'm not doing it to have thousands and millions of people watching them. I'm doing this because it keeps me like on track. It keeps me kind of honest at what I'm doing. So my videos don't really get many like views or anything, which is fair because again, it's more for me than like for everyone else. But if I do a short, it usually gets like 1,000 views, which is like amazing. It's really cool. But recently, like I had a short during the week, and again, I'll like link it up here. It had like 7,000 views. Like the algorithm obviously pushed it somewhere, and it went like I'm calling it like viral for me. And I was like, what? This is weird. And then the next video I put up, like I had like 500 of a short, which again is amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's weird. But I was like 7,000 views. I was like, what happened? Now, if only all of those 7,000 people subscribed to me and got my watch hours up, I'd be able to make a little bit of money from YouTube, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, this is going to get, that has the fiber gone in there, so that's a tenner. And then the soups is on this side. So let's do one more roll and see what we're going to put anything else into Christmas. 10. So that is here, 10 and 11. And gingerbreads are a fiver. So let's do two gingerbreads this week. So let's go color those in. So that's one. And like I think I say this every week. I don't care about staying in the lines because you can't really see if I go outside the lines. That's two gingerbreads coloured in now for a fiver each, so for a tenner, which means I have 20 in this side of the 12 days of Christmas. And the way I work my 12 days of Christmas is once it's finished, I will pop it into the front envelope and then it'll go into the bank. So on into the occasions binder and gifts. I'm just going to put a fiver into, which I don't think I can cross off anything at the moment because each is a tenner. So what have we got? 50, 80, 85, 8. Yeah. So once I get another fiver in there, I can cross off the next one of those. My mom, I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 120. Give her a fiver. So I'll leave that at the front because €15 is the icons. So my mom's birthday is in September. And then that's everything in that binder. Onto my travel binder then. I feel like I start off slow when I'm doing these videos and then I just go absolutely flat out. So passport to success, I took the money out of here to pay off like what I spent in Manchester. And I also took, there was a tenner in the trip fund which I took out, and this is like another one that I was saying that, like that orange, it just didn't want to clean off properly. You'll see there's like a bit of, it looks like it's yellow there now, but it is what it is. It's obviously still usable and everything, so don't not to worry about that. So passport to success then this week. Let's go back in here. It's kind of like a rolling, like let's use this for travel fund. I actually don't even know where I am. Okay, so I finished the check off the icons. So the passport, don't forget your passport. So it's here. So let's go and say each icon here is a fiver. Oh God, I'm getting there to the end. So each is going to be a fiver. And let's start this off this week again with a fiver. That's passport to success. Started back off with a fiver. And I don't know what I'm going to do when that one finishes. I might print it again and just do it all again. Let's see. So passport to success has a fiver. Travel fund is completed with 300. Accommodation fund, I'm going to add in a tenner. And color in another one of these images. So I have 2 left on that one to do. And then what about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35? Okay, I could go somewhere else with this money. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. But like this wasn't planned, and I feel like all of my videos end up like this where it's not planned. But that 35 that's left, I could put more towards Christmas, or I could put it into another challenge, or I could just do what I'm doing and put it into, get in here, into the €3,000 challenge box, which means I can go 30 and 5. So I literally have 4 left to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's that? 450, 130 euro left. So this box should have 2,870 euros. It should. I hope. But anyway, there we go. Thank you as always for watching. If you've gotten this far, I really do appreciate it. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let me get me to the 7,000 people that watched that short. Yeah, I really appreciate everything. All the comments, all the new subscribers, anyone that does comment. It's always nice to hear from you guys. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. I am going to have a cash consolidation up very soon and during the week at some stage, and then I'll also have my stuffings of the 10 Tuesday and 20 Thursday and 5 Fridays as shorts because I'm absolutely really enjoying them. But for now, take care, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.